Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Melanie and I am working my way through the Make a Memory scrapbooking kit from Stampin' Up. This kit comes with everything you need to make 12 single page layouts. Some of the layouts I will do just as are depicted in this instruction sheet. And actually, if you follow me, you know that last week I did create one of the layouts from the kit, and I'll show you that right here. Okay, and then I do have a video for that, and I will link that up there in the corner. This week, I wanted to use this paper and these two photos that I had of myself and my granddaughter on a recent lunch date to McDonald's. So let me clear this off and let's get started, and I'll show you what I'm thinking. All right, so let's bring in our Versamat because this is a single page layout. And I am going to build the base on my 12 by 12 white willow cardstock. Now I should say that this is a layout that I have created based on a sketch that I found on Pinterest. And actually what I did was, when I saw the sketch, it didn't have any dimensions on it. So I went into my Cricut and I recreated the sketch, putting in the size of the photos that I wanted, and then from there I could visually see how big I wanted to cut each layer of pattern paper. Now be sure you stay tuned, because I will tell you exactly how you can get this sketch with the measurements for free. All right, but for right now, let me bring in the papers and show you what I've decided to use. I did like this polka dot paper. I thought to make the large piece around the back, and these photos will go on top of that. I might put a white mat around them, I'm not sure. But these photos measure, let's see, should be 3.5 by 5.5. Yes, they're 3.5 by 5.5. And I actually turned them into black and white because the original photos, she had this great big red bow in her hair, bright red bow, and of course it's McDonald's, so it's had a lot of red in the background, which was just absolutely clashing with all the papers. So I turned that into black and white. All right, so let's see, those are gonna go there. We're gonna put those photos there. And then for this banner piece here, I was thinking of bringing in this, I think that's Pretty in Peacock. It's kind of a light water, like a wash. So I'm probably going to put that there. We'll see how this all looks together when I get the photos and all the embellishments. But I think those are the two main papers that I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut those down and bring in some of the other papers and embellishments, and we'll see how this all comes together. All right, so let's see what we've got so far. I've cut some of the papers down to what I want. The change I made was this one here for the banner. I didn't like the way the Pretty Peacock looks, so I decided to do this one instead. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, that'll be like that. And I need to dovetail the end of that. And then I need to sponge all the edges. To dovetail the edges to make a banner piece, the easiest way I find, especially when you're doing a large piece, is to bend it in the middle. Don't crease it though, just bend it, and then you can cut from the point into the fold, and then you will get a nice even banner shape. Now you see I am going to go ahead and sponge all the edges like I said, and I am using the smoky slate. It just gives a nice subtle gray tone to all the all the edges of the pattern papers, which of course I think helps to make everything stand out and give it an extra little a little extra dimension to your pages. And my preference is to use one of these ink blending tools with that mini dome top foam on it, and it is interchangeable. You saw that I can take them on and off because they have Velcro, so I can change them out according to whatever color I want to use. And you see when you're sponging the edges, it's kind of a flicking or a feathering motion on the cardstock. I try not to run the sponges up and down because that will wear out your sponges a lot quicker. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this peach one, and then you'll notice later that I actually changed that yellow stripe and floral. I still use the floral, but I end up not using that yellow stripe. And while I finish up this sponging, I'll just take a minute to tell you the little story behind these photos. On Mondays, I pick Izzy up from preschool. She gets done at preschool about 11:30. Of course, she's on to kindergarten now, big girl. But anyway, we got into the habit of going out to lunch afterwards. And we would go to, first it was Panera, and we did that for a while, and then we decided to go to McDonald's. And here you see I'm just putting those, I've got those papers sponged, and I'm just lightly tacking them down so that I can move that around in one piece. So anyway, back to the McDonald's. This particular day we were sitting at McDonald's and just having fun like normal, and she's sipping on her milkshake, and she just looked at me and she said, "Grandma, I really like our Mondays at McDonald's." Well, this old grandma's heart just about melted. I can tell you that much for sure, because I had been thinking the exact same thing. So it is so important, I think, to document those everyday special little moments, not just the real big moments. Don't forget to document those little moments as well. Now you see I brought in my all-purpose mat and a shimmer brush and squeeze a little puddle of uh, shimmer onto my all-purpose mat and put a little bit in each of the opposite corners. And I think that was Journey, the color Journey from the Close to My Heart. And then I will bring back those layers to see if I needed any more or not. It was good. All right, so now let's work on this title up here at the top. The kit comes with lots of titles to mix and match, and this had this scripty font, and these titles are stickers. They're kind of almost, they feel like a hard cardstock kind of a sticker, and they are very, very sticky. So I take a little bit of the sticky off of it so that I can manipulate them around and move them around a little easier. And then I had this little wonky area. For some reason, I cut that photo down a little bit shorter. So I decided to take a couple of the little banners from the kit and just kind of fill in that blank space right there. And you see here, I've got my ephemera all put the way I wanted. I fiddled around with that for quite a bit, and when I finally got it the way I wanted, I used my press and seal to hold it all in place so that I could just lift it up all at once and put the adhesive on the back and adhere it down to the layout. And then I go ahead and I put that camera down with some dimensionals, but I leave the dimensionals off the top part so that I can slide that ephemera embellishment cluster that I created, so I can slide that down behind the camera. And you'll see I fiddle with that and put that on there. When you put that press and seal on there, you do have to be very careful when you peel it back. And you see I'm just putting my Barely Art glue, using the Barely Art glue to dab it all around and get that ready to be adhered down. But anyway, well, like I was saying, the press and seal, make sure, for number one, don't get it on your photos. Ask me how I know. And then when you peel it back off of your ephemera, just gently peel it back, excuse me, very slowly, even though it is adhered down. That is liquid glue, so it doesn't dry right away. So you want to make sure you just gently peel that back from the ephemera that you are placing down. A lot of that was very detailed also and very delicate. That leaf sprig there actually was a big one, and I actually cut it into 3 parts and used it in 3 different places in the ephemera cluster there. And I did want to mention that all the ephemera pieces and the embellishment and the paper that I've used for this layout and the title all came from the Make a Memory kit from Stampin' Up. I didn't use any additional papers. The only thing I did use, of course, is the dimensionals and my own adhesive. I think the kit even comes with that tear tape adhesive as well. So, and then I had a few little maybe embellishment sprigs in my stash that I put in around the camera and beefed that up a little bit. But everything you need comes in this Make a Memory kit. And I will have the link to that kit down below in that description box, along with all the other supplies that I've used. Now, while I'm going ahead and putting down the journaling, let me just take a moment to ask you to please, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And of course, I am going to put the gems around. And while I do that, I'll let you know that if you want a copy of the sketch that I created for this layout, all you have to do is leave me a comment down below with your email, and I will be very happy to send you a PDF of the sketch that I created for this layout. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool and the putty end and put the gems in the different corners. I try to put them in each embellishment cluster, or at least in 3 different spots. And of course, in each cluster, I try to put at least 3 in each cluster. And I'll hold this up for you so you can get a better look. I will have still shots on my social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, so be sure to check the description down below for all those links. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to hear from you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, and for the rest of the videos in this series, check out the playlist on the screen. Thanks for joining me. Till next time. Bye-bye.